If you please remain standing, we'd like to ask Father Clerkin to say grace.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts which of thy bounty we are about to receive, through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Get stuck on. Anybody wants to move forward, take a photograph, feel free. Paddy Higgity's looking for a present.
Clap, 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 Corral. Clap, 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 clap.
To say a few words. Shall I get my own back?
Teresa and David and fellow guests, I'm very conscious that you've been patient with me already earlier in the day in the church, listening to me preaching, and to realize too that in the church you are a captive audience, or at least a captive congregation, not able to resist. But I'm very conscious now that when you're here, if I test your patience any further, then you can show your disapproval. I have no intention of trying your patience any longer. And I'm also very conscious that John McClune wants to get out to do the Hucklebuck, I think. So keeps turning to Greta and saying, when are they going to have the Hucklebuck? She says, after Father Clerkin's finished. So I'd like to thank Teresa and David for inviting me to officiate at their wedding today, and which I was very pleased to do. And I'd like to commend them also for the care and the preparation that they gave to, not just to arranging this beautiful meal and celebration which we've had this evening, but also the religious part of the ceremony, which they took great care to arrange. I'd like to thank the readers who took part in the liturgy of the Mass, and Teresa's mother and David's mother who brought up the gifts of the offertory procession. I'd like to thank all of you who took part in the ceremony, made it such a memorable day for them. I only learned when I came over to the hotel that there's another couple, young couple, well, not as young, celebrating their anniversary today. 49 years ago, John and Greta McClune were married. If I had known that at 12:30 today, I would have just pointed down. I wouldn't have preached at all. I'd have just pointed down and said, there's an example of fidelity in marriage and living out Christian marriage faithfully all their lives. So the McClunes better get ready for the Golden Jubilee next year. I hope you have a very happy evening. Thank you. God bless.
Now the moment you've all been waiting for. David McClune.
I've been caught out there. I was going to speak here. So, I've only got 9 pages here. You're only one for an hour and a half, but that's all. Father Clerkin, ladies and gentlemen, and Jen. I'd just like to thank you all for being here today. Both Teresa and myself have been overwhelmed by the generosity of the gifts that we have received. Particular praise should go to the following people. Teresa for being a lovely bride. I know she's worked very hard to make this day possible. Thank you, Teresa, for all your input and support. I should also thank my own mother and father for all their support over the years. A special thanks should go to my mother, who helped us in our new home. And also the Tuesday lunches for Strabane will be dearly missed. That's a wee private joke. She has hired an interior decorator to revamp the house that I will be vacating. I should also thank my sister Marion for her help down at Sandbank as well. I would like to thank Father Clerkin for marrying us here today. Both Teresa and myself are pleased to see you at the reception, Father. And I would just like, on passing on this point, to say that Father Clerkin, like so many people, are the unsung heroes in our community. I'm going to get through this bit now very quickly because I know you have been here a bit. Miss McGill and Robert, I should thank you for all your support and make me feel so welcome all these years. Thanks to Jim and Margaret for all the crack, and to Derek and Jen for putting up the blinds for us. I'm very honoured that Lynn and Kathy came all the way from Utah, USA, to be with us today. So for Lynn and Kathy and everyone else who tried to do it's a great honour to see you here. a very special thank you must go to Teresa's godmother, Bridie, for baking such a wonderful cake. It is really a delicious cake. I've had several helpings. Taken some home with me as well. I should just round up here by thanking the bridesmaids, Claire and Anne-Marie, Flower Girl Naomi, and of course best man Noel. I think I should I would also like to thank the page boy Rory through his help. I would like to thank Jason for the reading. I'm telling you, he's a lot better talker than I am. Look at all his pages in there. Grand fella. And I should also thank Tommy and Noel for all their help in the new house. Thank you, Tommy and Noel. Also, Noel is mentioned again with Grania, another girl that works with me in the tech, and they really should get all the credit for the leaflets, the pamphlets today in the Mass. I know she put a lot of work into it, and I'm very grateful. And also, I would just like is to think about the people who can't be with us today. We've all lost a lot of close people, and I just ask everybody to just bear in mind that there's people here today in spirit. Thank you very much.
Now it's my turn. I might have said first, David stole half. He was asking me what I was going to say in the past 2 weeks. And he wrote half of what I said now. Half of my speeches I've already heard.
First of all, before.
Well, anybody that knows me will know that I have at least a 10-page speech written. But I've been getting kicked in the ankles the last couple of weeks by David. So it's been compressed to a postage stamp. One thing I would like to say, I would like to tell a wee story. It was told to me by an elderly priest who's still alive and living in the town today. And it was officiating at a wedding in Mahara. And it was a tradition up there that they would bring a priest from, say, the bride's family and the groom's family, both to the reception. So the priest stood up on behalf of the bride and says, God, because I knew the whole family well. I knew the granny. She's a great woman, done all the charity work and community work. She says she was a cream of the community. Come on to the mother and says, oh, creme de creme. Community work was unbelievable. Great woman. Come to the bride and says, oh, creme de creme. Community work, charity work, throughout the community and parish. And really great people. So we sat down. And the priest for the groom stood up and scratched his head. Well, how can I follow that? He said, but I'll say one thing. He says, when we came over the hill this morning, he says, we brought no skimmed milk either. Like to say, I don't think there's any skimmed milk in the hall tonight. I would like you to stand out of a toast to David and Teresa.
No, you're right. Just stay where you are,
David and Teresa. David and Teresa.